Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum, and today I'm reacting to Escapism by RAYE and 070 Shake. This is a special request coming from Rana, so thank you very much, Rana, again, for your generous donation. It really helps support this channel and guides the direction for the reactions that I do over here. And listening to RAYE really is fun for me because she has so many pieces of wisdom to give us all, so I'm excited to check this one out as well. I hope you are as well. If you're new to my channel and enjoy honest and thoughtful reactions, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump in. Black and white running in the dark. Seems sketchy.
Sleezing and teasing, I'm sitting on them. All of my diamonds are dripping on them.
I like the beat.
At the bar, I was 12 or something. I ordered 2 more
12.
wines, 'cause tonight
12.
on them. I met him at the bar, I was 12 or something. I ordered 2 more
Oh, it was
wines, 'cause
12.
tonight I want it. A little context if you care to listen. I find myself in a shit position.
Sounds familiar.
The man that I love sat me down last night and he told me that it's over, done decision. And I don't wanna feel.
I feel like I've heard this on maybe TikTok or something like that. I don't know. Like the only real social media I use is YouTube and TikTok. So if I didn't hear it on YouTube, I probably heard it there. At least this part, or maybe it's a chorus. It is catchy.
If you care to listen, I find myself in a shit position. The man that I love sat me down last night and he told me that it's over, done decision. And I don't wanna feel how my heart is ripping. In fact, I don't wanna feel, so I stick to sipping. And I'm out on the town with a simple mission. In my little black dress and the shit is sitting. Just a heartbroken bitch, high heels, 6-inch in the back.
Wow, it's like when you're dealing with so much struggle and heartbreak, you know, if you're not trying to remain grounded within yourself, you kind of externalize the problem and seek that cope elsewhere. You want dopamine wherever you can get it.
I don't wanna feel, so I stick to sipping.
Starts drinking.
On the town with a simple mission. In my little black dress and the shit is sitting. Just a heartbroken bitch, high heels, 6-inch in the back of the nightclub, sipping champagne. I don't trust any of these bitches I'm with. In the back of the taxi, sniffing cocaine.
You know what's interesting about that line right there about not being able to trust any of these other women with her is, in a sense, if you're not trusting the people that you surround yourself with, you also don't trust yourself in some senses. Because, you know, there's like that common saying, you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you can't trust people that you surround yourself with voluntarily, you know, that does reflect poorly on yourself. And it's not to like be spiteful or to be like, you know, degrading towards anybody in this position, but that is revealing of their underlying mindset. And it's important to pay attention to these cues so that when you go forward and end up in friend circles like this or going down potentially treacherous paths in your life, that you recognize the red flags as they present themselves and you can refrain and mitigate some of the damage that you may cause. But who knows where this is going.
I don't trust any of these bitches I'm with. In the back of the taxi, sniffing cocaine. Drunk calls, drunk texts, drunk tears, drunk sex. I was looking for a man who was on the same page. Back to the intro, back to the bar, to the Bentley, to the hotel, to my old ways.
Yeah, back to my old ways. So it's interesting because like you're, you know, seeing that there was a problem with the past situation you're in and you realize, wow, I went through this heartbreak, I went through this problem, and kind of like conversely, instead of like going in a different direction and choosing a different path because this path gave you a wrong reward, it's like, no, let me almost double down on this path and kind of bring myself towards it, because at least if I'm bringing myself towards that destruction, you're in control of that decision. It's very like, I don't know what you would call, what the term would be, but it's basically completely like backwards thinking. And it makes sense where it comes from.
Back to the intro, back to the bar, to the Bentley, to the hotel, to my old way. 'Cause I don't wanna feel how I did last night.
Yeah, but it brings you back.
I don't wanna feel how I did last night.
Oh.
Anything please.
Ooh, I like this image.
Take this pain away. Just give me my symptoms.
Oh.
I don't wanna feel. Took this joint ham.
Whoa, okay, the visuals that are going on screen are really captivating. I mean, all of these hands kind of grabbing up at her, and I feel like symbolically they are hands like almost coming from hell, trying to drag her down, and you see that one of the hands gave her like, I don't know, what is that, like ecstasy or something like that. This image after is really crazy.
You're asking me my symptoms, doctor, I don't wanna feel. Took this joint, how I'm blowing this steam.
Like her eyes are mouths, which, and now they're licking lips.
Back to my ways like 2019.
That's almost like a analogy for either like lust or kind of like coveting, kind of greed, or not greed necessarily. What is the one for coveting? I don't know.
This joint, how I'm blowing this steam. Back to my ways like 2019. 24 hours since my ex did dead. I got a new man on me, it's about to get sweaty. Last night really was the cherry on the cake. Been some dark days lately and I'm finding it crippling. Excuse my state, I'm as high as your hopes that you'll make it to my bed. Get me hot and sizzling.
Wow. So she's like, she at least recognizes like, I'm doing this to feel something else, you know, throw away the past, but in reality you're allowing your past to somehow control your future, which, you know, creates a whole host of other problems. And then recognizing the other person doesn't even want her for her, it's just for the night.
My state, I'm as high as your hopes that you'll make it to my bed, get me hot and sizzling. If I take a step back to see the glass half full, at least it's the Prada two-piece that I'm tripping in. And I'm already acting like a dick, know what I mean? So you might as well stick it. Just like
she is so like on point with her lyrics. I love the almost like it's optimism, but fake optimism, because it's like, haha, the only thing I have to be kind of happy about and look forward to is my two-piece dress. And we all know that, you know, materialistic things are good, but not the end that you should look for yourself. There's more attainment to be had.
Broke bitch, high heels, 6 inch in the back of the nightclub, sipping champagne. I don't trust any of these bitches I'm with in the back of the taxi, sniffing cocaine. Drunk calls, drunk texts, drunk tears, drunk sex.
Love the way this is mixed.
Who's on the same page? Back to the intro, back to the bar, to the Bentley, to the hotel, to my old way. 'Cause I don't wanna feel how I did last night. I don't wanna feel how I did last night. Anything, please. Have mercy on me. Take this pain away. You're asking me my symptoms, doctor. I don't wanna feel.
This is so good. And I didn't even comment on any of her vocal stylings or performance so far, but RAYE, as per usual, has been killing it vocally. There are so many different ways that she pronounces the word, emphasizes different syllables, adds that flair, adds that punch, and that makes the song so captivating. And me, I've been so focused on the lyrics that I haven't paid as close of attention as I do normally to the lyrics, or rather to the melody, to the rhythm. But those elements are there, and it almost, because those elements are so like captivating themselves, the part that I really focus and hone in on are the lyrics here. This is a really, really good song.
Give me my symptoms, doctor. I don't wanna feel.
I don't wanna feel like I felt last night. I don't wanna feel like I felt last night. Yeah, peace with the things you can't change.
Wow.
I was naked when I leave and I was naked when I came.
Wow. I have so much to say about that. I want to hear that again.
I don't wanna feel like I felt last night. Yeah, peace with the things you can't change.
Be at peace with the things you can't change. So in one sense, it's like if there's things out of your control, be at peace with that, because otherwise you're bringing yourself more trauma, stress, anxiety, because you're creating something from nothing. But let's say you are more down in the dumps and you need to actually change parts of your life to emerge from the ashes like a phoenix. And, you know, if you be at peace with yourself in moments like that, which I'm not saying you shouldn't be peaceful. What I'm saying is you should recognize that maybe the change is the thing that would bring you even more peace and catharsis. I'll be naked when I leave because I was naked when I came. There's so many like double and triple entendres there, and I'll just focus on the lyrics themselves. I was naked when I leave, so like presumably after having intercourse. And then when I came, as soon as you got there, you were already like naked to your soul. You were kind of the most vulnerable version of yourself. I mean, beautiful metaphor.
ways. Out of touch, too numb, I don't feel no way. So stuck, so what? Street smart, but it go both ways. So, you're one, it should never escape. Sunset in the maze.
In the maze, I was thinking that because if you're running, well, you run in a linear direction oftentimes, right? You get from point A to point B. The only way you would be able to run in a straight line and end up where you were is if you were like to literally run the circumference of the globe, right? So if you were to run and follow a path, if you're in a maze, you're like that little rat running in the maze, you're going to end up tiring yourself out and never actually making progress, getting stuck at the level that you're on.
It should never escape. Sunset in the maze. Give me my symptoms, doctor. I don't wanna feel. I don't wanna feel how I did last night. I don't wanna feel how I did last night. Doctor, anything please, doctor.
Oh, this is good.
Yes, give me my symptoms, doctor. I don't wanna feel.
Ooh. Oh, the change, the vibe change. I feel like there's so many like references to pop culture that I'm not quite getting, but I like the visuals a lot. You know, red is one of my favorite colors, but in this video it's so like ominous and scary. The pupils dilating. This beat, man.
Lipstick smudged like Modena. I don't know where the fuck I am or who's driving the fucking car, speeding down the highway, sipping.
And look at her makeup here.
I don't know where the fuck I am or who's driving the fucking car, speeding.
And this like background looped little, I don't know what you would call it, this melody. It's really eerie.
Down the highway, sipping. Mixing pills with the liquor car, fuck these fins. I left everyone I love on red. Spilling secrets to the stranger in my bed. I remember nothing, so there's nothing to regret. Other than
Wow.
this 4/4 kick drum pounding in my head.
Wow. You drink to forget, but then in the end you end up regretting. That is a fire song, and such a deep meaning to that song as well. I feel like there were, I mean, I paused a lot, so if you didn't like that, well, I guess you probably won't be seeing this part of the video. But there's so many beautiful lyrics in that song, and the way that it was composed, it really brought everything together, because it feels like, you know, that beat, right? That 4/4 beat that's in your head, it's kicking, it's pushing you along, it's driving you forward. And people often think of music as a form of hypnosis, as a form of spell weaving, of literal magic, because when you listen to it, sometimes it controls you, it controls your emotions, it controls your drive to do things, and your brain kind of shuts off and you become hypnotized to what you're listening to. So in some sense here, RAYE has been hypnotized by her own sadness and now is almost trying to like escape it, but in perpetual suffering, she ends up recreating more sadness for herself, making things even harder for herself to escape. And that's like one of the most tragic things when it comes to like a fall from grace, and, you know, having made mistakes and having gone through traumas, is you then find unique and clever ways to perpetuate those things in spite of yourself. And, you know, that's why it's really important to reach out to people in your life who you see are struggling. And if you yourself are struggling, like me, myself, if I'm ever struggling, those are the exact moments when looking for that helping hand, finding somebody with that like bird's eye, eagle eye view of that maze that you're running around in gives you a lot of strength that you may otherwise have taken years maybe to attain yourself. And we're social creatures, so we're allowed to rely on one another. And, you know, it's important we do that message. We push that message out there and do that for each other. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, hit that subscribe button and have a great rest of your day. Take care and peace.